So I'm Andrew Chintz. As Victoria had mentioned, I was the co-chairman of the board for the New York PACE program. I'm a volunteer in this market. This is not my day job, but it's important to me, and I'm very passionate about it. So I'm going to just talk about some of this. I'm going to go through quickly because it's going to be repetitive, but I'm going to talk briefly about the New York program and just sort of highlight some of the benefits, and talk about why it makes sense for us. So the Energy Improvement Corporation is the entity that does the PACE program. It started in the town of Bedford. It sort of spread into Westchester County, and it is now becoming the state program. It's being sponsored by the state, so we are expanding it. It's being done out of a not-for-profit local development corporation. It's sort of a hybrid quasi-public corporation, and what it can do is it can issue bonds, which is how we fund the loans, but it's also able to make loans, which you would be able to do out of the municipalities. Its mission is to spread the clean energy and energy efficiency around the state. The entity is owned by municipalities. So your municipality, your local government has to be a member in order for you as a property owner to take advantage of it. It's what we call a shared service model. It's offered. It's not individual localities doing their own program. This is the same program used by everyone. Currently, it's funded by grants from the Department of Energy and NYSERDA, which is a state authority that supports this type of work. Eventually, we're set up to earn some of the revenue off the loans. The interest rate includes a portion that is going to be the revenue for the entity, so it will be eventually self-sustaining. So these are the programs. The PACE program is called Energize New York Finance, and the other things, Energize New York Commercial and Residential, are basically marketing and outreach programs. We're really set up the mission is to spread the work, the energy efficiency and clean energy work around the state. So it's not, you don't have to use the PACE program. We're there to really promote the work. This goes through some of the benefits. Again, I'll try to not be too repetitive here. It finances 100% of the project. The owner doesn't have to put any money in, which is great for not straining your budget, your capital improvement budgets, and you don't have to use any other debt, any line of credit. It's keeps it all simple from there. Long-term financing, I think this was mentioned, it's up to 20 years. It allows for deeper upgrades, and by stretching the amortization, the loan payment is lower, so the savings always outweighs the loan payment, and that's part of the underwriting criteria. There is a savings investment ratio over 1, as Bert mentioned, but these also, on a cash flow basis annually, these savings are bigger than the loan payment. The rates are anywhere from 4% to 6%, so 5 years to 4%, and the 20 years 6%. Those are pretty low rates. Those also include, over a point, to EIC, which is the revenue that I was mentioning that's going to fund the operation over time and eventually make it self-sustaining. So these rates are actually quite a bit lower. The other big feature of PACE is that you can go ahead and do the work in your on your building, and if you decide to sell your building, the next owner gets the benefit and pays the liability. It's easy to pay, it's right on your tax bill, it's a line item on your tax bill, and it's easy to qualify. It's not a consumer loan, it's a loan based on the value of your building. So this is just a little, it's pretty simple, the capital flow. EIC lends money to the building owner. They pay the taxes to the municipal member who is the collector of the taxes. They pledge and send those payments to a bond bankruptcy, who then pays the bondholders or whoever the lender is. I'll note also that it says lower, the reason we have such low rates, it says pledged municipal payments. In addition to the PACE loan being used to pay back bondholders, in New York State, the municipalities that collect taxes, it's usually the county, has to pay a tax to a bondholder, to a trustee, regardless of whether they get the payment from the property owner. So it's kind of looked at as, you know, a municipal credit as well as the PACE thing. In addition to that, we have reserves structured in the financing for the funding, which makes it a really strong credit, and that's, I think, why we got such good rates. We did get those rates from Bank of America, who has, First Niagara has provided us a line of credit where we can fund the loans initially, and Bank of America is a direct placement with them to buy our bonds once we have whatever number of projects. They've committed $75 million to us to do that. So this is just kind of a snapshot of where we are. The green is where PACE is already being used, Westchester, Orange County, Ulster County. The yellow and the blue are areas where it's being discussed, where there's actually public hearings being held in different stages. But we are out there, and it's mostly outside Westchester, where each municipality is the tax collector. It's the county that is the tax collector. So it's really, we're looking at counties to join EIC as a member. This actually represents, the current membership represents 15% of the population, New York State population. And what's being worked on and what's in the works now is another 44%, represents another 44% of the population. Just a little snapshot on, we have on the projects that are in process, we have recently started this program, so we've only done a couple loans, but we have 212 projects that are, you know, being touched in some way by EIC.